Hello, hello. And we're back. After being gone for a week.
Hey, friend.
It was the 4th of
Is the
July.
debate
We're finally
over?
back.
Did
and
you win?
I honestly am glad to be back because I've been seeing all the new update shit and it's been kind of making me fiend a little bit for some Honkai Star Rail, so.
Oh, that means victory is around the... Well, moving on. I borrowed a mountain of books from Cat...
Okay, yeah. I'm sorry, Mem. I'll pass. Nomade? Nomade? No Anaxia? I think I'll pass. No Phanon? See you later.
Cass?
Well, hello there, Priska.
What a surprise.
Welcome, welcome.
Lady Treeby.
Is something troubling you?
I just wanted to speak to Lady Trian for a bit before I set off.
Oh, that's right. We're heading off to
No matter
find
how
Thanatos.
breathtakingly beautiful Styxia
With
once was,
Cypher and
the
Castorius.
place is now the domain of the departed. There is no telling what we'll encounter there. I don't want to have any regrets.
Has anyone told you that your eyes are sparkling today?
Is that a figure of speech?
In the past, when you did smile once in a while, all of us could see that your heart remained troubled,
I think
even
this
as you
is
smiled.
3.3 if I'm remembering correctly.
Lady Treeby, you
So once
know
I get with this
perfectly
done
well
with this 3.3
that
quest,
see you tomorrow is nothing
we'll be
but a
moving
white
on
lie.
to 3.4, which is the newest
I
update
hope your
quest.
toughness is not a mask hiding a lonely heart.
I'm hoping I can get
Cass,
done with 3.4 by
You hardly ever
end of
talked your
tomorrow's
past.
stream.
None
And
of
then
us knows what
I
you
need to
went
pull for
through,
Sunday,
apart
because
from Maggie.
apparently he's goaded.
But we know it must have been filled with pain and hardships, as it is the fate every Chrysosaur is destined to live out. We are just happy for you that the core flame you're meant to inherit has finally surfaced.
Isn't it a little too soon to say that?
But you already know where tomorrow is, don't you? There is no need to rely on anyone else. Just give it your all and leave no regrets. We have always believed that your embrace is just as warm as everyone else's. Because we embrace others to comfort them. And Cass, you're the kindest Chrysosaur we know.
Thank you, Lady Treeby. This feeling... It's hard to put into words. I suddenly found myself with
Then go do it, Cass. Trian was actually working on a surprise gift for you. It's a pity she didn't get to finish it. But now Trina and so, let's meet back here when you return from Styxia.
And they all lived happily
Safe
ever
travels.
after. The end. Nothing bad ever.
I can't sleep.
And I guess we've also got the new... It seems like we've got the new
Who could it
Callus VA. So I wonder if we're gonna get Don Hung's VA back.
It's me.
God, Medei's so cool.
I hope I didn't wake
Number one
you.
Medei fan right here.
Huh? I'm here because of private. If it isn't too much to ask,
As
not to
expected,
worry.
manual
It's nothing heavy.
labor.
It isn't a long way from here.
I'd love to go in and take a look. Have you heard?
Faith can dispel the black tide.
Nah, you know who can dispel the black tide? Midday, because he's the goat.
I want to vote. Tell me how.
Take your ceramic shard engraved with the Kephili rune. Select the Council of Elders in your heart and pray silently until the shard registers your choice. Then toss it into the Dolium.
The Council of Elders? More like the Council of Buffoons? The Black Tide took my hometown long ago! Who are they kidding with bringing back Erechrysia? It's all a sham to create their own Erechrysia in Akama!
The Titans are just. So long
Yeah,
as
I
we don't overstep
know.
our bounds again, we will
I'm
not
pretty far
incur divine
behind.
wrath.
Oh, please. The time when these deranged Titans should have vacated their spot to the
Well, you
demigods
see, the thing is,
long
I actually-
overdue. You'll see
So-
enough, you old fogey.
I do this thing where I consume a lot of
And I pray that
content
Delanton
secondhand,
smacks some sense
so
into
I
you
have
with
like
their
a
scales.
vague general idea
We shall
of what
see how this turns
happens,
out.
but I don't know the specifics, and
That
so
was quite a...
like I know things are fucked. I know things get fucked. I just don't really know how they get fucked.
And to this day, I still find it almost unreal that this peaceful sight is making me forget that this is the...
When walking in saying cast him sitting the learning and caster she wants service. A maiden of war, shows the great and merciful death to war captives. Ooh. Granting a merciful death to war captives preserved bound for execution here. Ooh, yeah, that's kinda... That kinda sucks for you, casters. I am glad they added a proper skip button, though. Because there are some things that, like... I'm sorry. I'm sorry, there are some characters and things I just do not care about.
I can't do it. Their voices... they pierce my...
Ah, I know that feeling, child. I was one.
I mean, I taught casters how to serve as a maiden of war and demanded her to respect life, death, and herself to stay off the pain. Her every touch had to be colder. I like Anaxia. I like... Midday is my top for Amphorius. If there's a Midday scene, I'm listening to it full-heartedly. And then it goes Phanon and then Anaxia. And that's just so far. Because Phanon's cool. And Anaxia... Anaxia is the character to... No, you like Minute.
Please, don't kill me. I
It's-
don't want to die.
More of just the thing of... I don't like many of the Hoyoverse women. Hoyoverse just... They don't make it like I like it. Like, there's only a few... I don't hate... Well, there's a couple that I hate. Ruin mate. But, like, Castoris, I think is cool. I'm neutral with Castoris. I'm not the biggest fan, but I'm also not a hater. She's a good character. Cypher? Now that's a...
No!
Okay, so we're in a flashback then. Oh. Well, that's great. Who did Castoris replace? My Branya? Okay, I guess that's fine.
Do it then, executioner. I curse you to live.
You know what I'm waiting for? I'm waiting for them to not be cowards and make an actual properly buff woman with pants. Now that would be peak.
What are you trying
Like,
to
I
do
liked
with
Fei
me?
Zhao, but I saw someone do an edit of her with darker skin,
I have
pants, and like a
aged.
buffer build, and it was fucking
The
peak.
time has come. Come now.
I'm a veteran
It's
tomboy
time.
enjoyer.
I've already taught you all that I know.
Emerge from your cocoon.
In the wise words of Spike Spiegel, I love the type of woman that will literally just kill me.
Receive divinity.
May death protect us! As you wish.
Let this place witness glory. Forever doomed.
Forever doomed.
Forever doomed.
That's right, Midday. You go off, King.
This was the last time I followed her command. I gently touched the elderly woman.
Arlecchino doesn't have...
The
or-
executioner.
Oh, Arlecchino as in, Genshin? No.
The same way
I stopped
as
playing
everyone
Genshin a long
else.
time ago, unfortunately.
I gasped for air.
And
A wistful look in her eyes.
unfortunately, my top
and a
characters from
barely
Genshin are also all
perceptible
men.
tremor in her fingertips. Elder Amunet, the person who
Listen, I think a
tried
perfect
to teach me
example
about
is
death ultimately vanished.
Noi
like
from
dew in the
Dorohedro.
morning mist.
If you don't know it,
She
if you haven't
spent her
watched
life
Dorohedro, the
embodying
anime,
the
then
beliefs of the
I guess that
Idonians.
makes no sense. But
And when death finally came, she embraced
Genshin
it
just got
exactly
to
as
the
their doctrine
grind.
had
The
taught.
grind got too much, bro.
I have nothing
Domains
but
were not
respect for her.
fucking fun to do.
I erected
And
a
not only that,
cenotaph in her
but
honor in the marshes
I was a
outside
Geo, but
Idonia's
also,
city
like,
walls with the others I had
Man,
learned
they
to trust.
massacred my boy
Then
Arataki Ito.
I set
I'll
out
never
once
fucking
more,
forgive them for
and so
that.
it was a long, long journey. It seems
Man
the
should
most
have been
terrible
a
darkness
big
in
ol'
this world.
buff, fucking
Everyone
brand new
how did
character
it
model, and
disappear
instead they
Titan
made
become the
him
deepest fear
a
of
twink with
human
painted
mind
on
to
abs.
haunt my dreams. I continued my travels to seek an answer.
I don't want to die. Please, I fucking can't.
What
Just
the?
let me go. I don't want to
Animation?
die, please. I don't want mercy like this. Just let me go. I need him. I don't.
Genshin could never.
I hate these icy hands.
Or getting power crept by someone who uses their butt to attack. Okay, but Genshin could never have a literal anime fucking cutscene in their story. It's peak, I'm afraid.
Get it over with. End its suffering. The Reaper has blessed your hands. Only you can grant them peace.
know I'm pretty confident that the new 3.4 story has animation as well.
Embrace death.
Because I may or may not have
alongside
seen some
it.
of them already. Wish they had this kind of animation for Midday is all I'm gonna say, but you know. We got a sick-ass cutscene, so... him beating the fuck up out of Flame Reaver, so... I'll take what I can take. Damn. And it's an actually long animation.
Is that you, Castorus? All of them have gone, heeding death's summon, crossing into their domain. I must go too. I don't fear it, just I have some regrets. Watching
Imagine
people
this,
leave
but it's
this
Midday
world again and again.
losing every single one of his
Must be
friends.
lonely for you.
Now
You
that's an
must
animated
want
story.
to
That'd be peak.
desperately embrace them
And then he kills his
before
dad.
they go. I can't. These hands, they're too cold. But Big Sister Castorus, your hands are so warm. Just like anyone else's. So go on. Don't hold back.
Give me a warm hug.
You can really tell they made Amphorius after Greek tragedies. Because everyone's just fucking miserable.
Can hands like these really be warm? On the day that Oryx's trial ended, you must have had many questions. I felt just as confused. Why, as someone from beyond the sky, were you so cruelly dragged into Amphorius's fate? I wished I could take action, but no matter how hard I try, I cannot simply interact with the living, even when we brushed against each other unintentionally in the grove. And it was obvious that nothing had happened when an almost unattainable hope finally welled up in my heart. When I thought that perhaps my touch would no longer bring fate declared to me. It wasn't that the curse of death, but that your soul no longer belonged to this world. And did I really think this time would be any different? It's not that I don't understand this reality. Having walked such a long road, I am still unable to find the answer to life and death. Anything I wish to hold on to. Death will inevitably, from that moment on. I lacked the courage to confirm it again. Until...
Poor Castorius. Well, I mean, at least she can also touch Medei, since he's immortal.
But now, perhaps I might have long ago, Trinan read a prophecy to me. At the end of the Sea of Flowers, the souls of the living shall warm thy fingertips, and after an embrace, there shall be eternal separation. I found no surprise in it, for her words sounded not like a foretelling. Embraces in this world are born of reunions. Yet, my touch speaks only of farewells. In that moment, I had no doubt that this destiny would weave itself through the entirety, and yet, things have taken a turn for the better. I have no reason for your sake.
Thank you for telling me your thoughts.
With that, I won't have any regrets. Let's put that aside for the moment. I want to retrieve a small gift. The journey to seek an audience with the Death Titan cannot be an easy one.
Is it a brooch with my face on it?
No, it isn't. Look, it's right there.
That's nothing. You made me nothing?
Where did it... What's going on?
Did you get into trouble with some
I am
phantom
not some
thieves?
corrupt grown-up. The coin of Zagreus.
Holy moly.
No doubt
A
about
kitty
it.
thief.
This is her favorite symbol. It's a lady's cipher, the demigod of Zagreus whom Lady Aglaia had spoken of. She's a master thief. So many years have passed. Let's just do as the slate said.
Blah, 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 blah. Where's the baddie? Show her to me.
Look, it's right there.
I love getting random Medei ASMR.
There seems to be a new show at the Bats today.
We must pursue her. Huh?
What the?
This is a trick she left.
Clear Kitty Phantom Thief wants to play a little game with you. 2 short spears, 1 correct, 1 wrong. Yeah, that's real. Inspect the left golden short spear, inspect the right golden short spear. I figured it out. I'm gonna repair right, because right
She's
is always
incorrigible.
right. Damn it.
This is the right one. We must pursue her.
Cypher, if this drama truly is her, appears to be quite content. Her gaze filled with 3 parts sincerity, 3 parts approval, 3 parts triumph, and 3 parts haha, a gray mystery you've lost if you take this seriously. Hi, Cypher. She seems to be saying hello. Seeing you treat the drama with such sincereness, all 12 parts of her complex emotions immediately transformed into one of admiration.
Lady Cypher, please come on out.
You're still careless as ever. Shouldn't you keep such a precious gift near your bosom?
Since you know it's a gift for someone else, please give it back to me. Stop hiding among the people and letting the wind...
Now, since I know it's a gift, that just means I need to milk its worth. The children of the wind never stay for long in one place. Unless your offer is tempting enough to steal the wind. What say you?
I have a ball of
Name your
yarn.
price. I'll give you however much you want.
If you don't want the money, I'll gladly take it off your hands.
I'm sorry. Bargaining is...
No wonder they call you Princess Homebody. Why don't you two come over to my place? It'll make a better venue for proper business discussions.
I have a bowl of milk as well.
You can find where I live through the...
Piece of cake. I can...
Alright, I'll see you there. Everyone cool with me collecting a deposit before we reach an agreement, right?
Where did my dew of divine blood go?
Hey,
She's
that's not
incorrigible.
cool.
Follow...
I won't give you any yarn if you keep doing that. No catnip either. I love the I think it's in her character trailer, the scene where she tries to steal from Medei, but Medei just picks her up like a fucking cat by their scruff. Truly peak. How do I
Does it really work?
get up on the roof again? Ah, yes. Here we go.
Over here! Over here! No, not that way! This way! Come on. So relax, you two. No need to get your hackles up. I'm not that scary.
Our
am
hackles
I?
up.
Meow.
At last, a character that meows has appeared.
No way. Some people might have been into that a millennium ago, but it's long since gone out of style. Loosen up, buddy. Shall we get down to business?
Give me the jewelry piece first. Or everything's off the table.
And my dew of blood.
Oh, come now. Don't be so upset. Relax. Relax. Look, isn't the view here just great? You can see what everyone is
eyes
doing
on your
and
shoulders.
where they're going, and they won't even know you're now that we've broken the ice. Let's get to the point. Everything I've said so far has been a joke. I'm inviting you two here for 3 fun. The seamstress found me and wants me to take you to Styxia to look for the 2. The Council of Elders also found me and wants me to make sure the core flame of Thanatos ends up in their hands.
Look at you
Last
having a
but
finger in
not
both
least,
pies.
I'm telling you that I'm not interested in doing either of those things. Don't go look for the Death Titan. The end.
Kinda can't do that.
Well, this is some high quality, and this room is full of it. How much are these worth, hmm?
Some of it is family fortune, while the rest came from my business as a dressmaster.
Wow. I should have busted down your door instead of going, well, spill.
What payment? For doing work.
Did you forget my stance to all this?
You wish to run away. Run away from your responsibilities, from the prophecy, and from your destiny. You shall... I understand this prophecy weighs on you immensely. That is why I have never approached the demigod of trickery, but I need you right now.
You know, maybe the gods got your tongue with their golden threads, Aglaya. I'm not hearing, give me a reason why you're bowing your noble head to me.
We lost Trian.
Oh.
The divine power of passages is running out.
That shut her up real quick.
I need another demigod to escort Castoris and help her fulfill her lifelong wish.
Oh, I get it now. You're sending Castoris to her death. And you want me to die with her.
This is Castoris's own request. I have never seen her so...
She brought this up herself? You're not pulling my leg.
She's also made up her mind to leave her confused past behind, as will you, Cypher, when you finally make up your mind.
Don't be so sure. Time is hard in the likes of you and I. But Castoris remains pure Asteris. She can always turn back before the end, you know? Maybe she'll remember Trian's sacrifice. Maybe she'll remember the countless martyred Chrysos heirs. Maybe she'll remember you. With your one foot in the grave. I ain't as optimistic. Tell you what. Why don't I take this room of treasures as a security deposit?
Go on.
I bet she'll change her mind and turn back. Now, if I lose, I'll do what you want me to do. Return this...
You sound like you have... In that case, let's make a pact with the...
In conclusion, I want to win. So I hope you two can give up on going to Styxia. I'll give all the treasures in that room to you. What do you think? Tempting, right?
I'm almost dead. What use do I have for money? The currency I use isn't the same as the one in Amphorius. Yeah. Sorry, but I can't use... Those aren't stellar jades, so I can't really use those to...
Dear...
to pull people.
Great mystery. I'm giving you gold! Pure, solid gold.
It's not about the value of the reward. If we don't find the Death Titan, his soul will...
Oh?
I can't go into the details, but...
Princess, homebuddy. You keep talking about needing to find Thanatos, about getting rid of your curse, and you don't care about anything. But did you ever live for your own...
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying, contrary to your beliefs, Aglaya didn't take you in just so you can...
The flame chase journey walks hand in hand with sacrifices. Isn't...
Fine. Never mind. We all have our own problems. I ain't gonna say anything anymore. It's not... But listen to me. Styxia is no tourist destination. Sure, the treasure... Yet, I've never been there. And I never plan to. Because even a demigod can't be... And now I'm supposed to escort
Yeah,
you
well,
to Styxia.
you don't just got a demigod.
Sure.
You also got a,
Pay up.
intergalactic baseballer. Aglaya has already paid for me. Is ripping people off the authority of Zagreus demigod?
Her payment was in gold and precious stones, which only covers the living passenger.
I have lived a longer life than most people. Though I'm not as good at doing business as Lady...
Then how are you going to live the rest of your life?
Then I'll give you 90. No.
Well, don't mind if I do. 80% of Castrus's savings and a bottle of
Don't forget to give Castor's jewelry back. I'll show you whose boss once I've recovered with full HP.
I'm so scared. Can you even catch my tail? Here, cat.
Be careful with that.
A minor change in plans, though. Don't go to the bath tomorrow. Come look for
So, why are you changing?
Oh, nothing really. Just a bit scared of the seamstress's frosty face. Well, now that we've struck a deal, why don't I give you guys a lift back? It's gonna be a long ride. So have a good rest.
Huh? Not again! People gotta stop doing this to me!
Where am I? This is... Never mind. It's getting late.
Gray mystery. These formal letters of the sort of letter is such a hassle, and you've already read 3 useless phantom thief letters. I've left Princess Homebuddy's gift here. Take good care of her. Remember, skip the baths. Come straight to Okuma's gate to find me. You know I have no patience. Come later, and I'll leave without you. Clear? P.S. Yes, I'm the one who tucked you in. You're welcome. You know what? Maybe Cypher is peak. I liked their design before, but they got a good voice.
I'd love to go.
They're the crazy, cocky, flirtatious type, which is bonus points. I think we might have peak on our hands. Also gives me Black Cat from Spider-Man vibes. And considering I am Spider-Man, it's only natural.
Right?
You're...
Totally. The trio team. No need, I already told. You sure know how to put me in a spot, Castorus.
Sorry.
Oh, I was just. Did you know that the legends say you have to put an obol into the mouth of the dead or over their eyes if you want them to? That's the fairy fare for entering the Nether Realm. However, I honestly won't ask you to pay.
Sure are helpful when it doesn't cost you anything. We already paid you so much.
Hey, that was a different purchase. All right, pass me the coin. It's time to... Oh, one last thing before we go. You can't catch the wind by waiting. You only live once. So make the most of every moment. Get ready. Be steady. Hi, your turn. Don't be nervous. After all... It'll be gone in the blink of an eye. All done. Bye-bye.
She's a speedster? Who would have thought? What does Barry Allen have on Cypher?
Are you feeling all right?
I can think of 2 big advantages that Cypher has on Barry Allen.
She's the demigod of trickery. When she flips the coin of whimsy into the... Just like how she clearly hadn't...
Don't worry. Mem's here to help. Being cute isn't my only forte.
This is Styxia, the city of dragons and waves. This is the land of their birth.
Waves?
Or perhaps...
Are they perhaps
of their death.
weathering? Now, if this was weathering waves, we would have way more female characters and barely an email cast.
Anaxa had used a secret alchemical art to temporarily fuse his soul with Circe's and Kephali. And when he was on the verge of death, this alchemy, considered a sacrilege, even though Thanatos has been missing for 1,000...
Go back whence you came. Go back.
Yeah, it's a bit late to go back.
What a beautiful...
This is a eulogistic butterfly. They are found in plate in Idonia. These shadowy figures. Are they illusions reflected by the River of Souls?
Do you want to buy?
A merchant hawking his wares at the River of Souls sells fish to the living. Casters recognize him as a dead soul that never achieved rest. She realized that for some reason they could not enter the nether realm. Cypher also showed up.
That's me.
What are you
Could
doing
it
here?
be that you are the living being that those souls...
Ugh, I couldn't take their behavior anymore. So I stole some things here and made up some lies there. Just trying to give them something to look forward to.
It's because of vile living creatures like you that we're being misunderstood by all of them.
What else am I supposed to do? You can
Not
see the
Mem
mess
calling
this
her a
place is in.
vile creature.
These poor souls are denied by the nether realm. So now they're stuck in a few brief moments of their life. Unable to move forward or back. Did you see those two blacksmiths on the way? They've been here for as long as the sun's been around, wailing over and over about casting a shield. Styxia is so freaky.
Then why have you come back, Lady Cypher?
A shield?
Hey, I'm not here to aid your adventure. I hate water more than anything else in this world. Especially that stinky River of Souls.
Don't worry, Castris. I got this.
But,
Here's the yarn. Look at the ball of yarn.
Before I left. And I reckon you should know about it. It's about that boy who defied death. I found traces of...
Lord Mighty?
Medei?
Right, that's his name.
Or Mighty.
Well,
but
now
Mighty...
you know.
I'm
As for
calling
whether
him
that
Medei.
info is actually
Midamos.
useful, that's for you lot to figure out.
Huh?
Lady Cypher has... If Lord Mighty is also somewhere along the river shoals right now, then he will certainly become our sign...
Don't
How are we
worry.
supposed to get
it's
there?
time. Ornyx's rune of recollect.
I mean, I'll take any excuse to get more Medei action.
Ornyx's miracle has appeared.
Amazing! It's like we're inside a giant bubble. Even the river got parted.
There are wandering souls of the deceased here as well. We must first return to the present before we...
Ah, by the looks of it, you must be since the current camp.
The Centurion believed you and Castorus to be foreign words, and invited you to join the Styxian campaign against the evil dragon that had brought death. The souls could not accept that their city had long since been destroyed, and kept repeating themselves.
Well then, why should I place my holy maiden from afar?
Wait.
Spirit Orb revealed Castorus' past, the days when she first arrived in Hokama. The Council of Elders placed Castorus under Aglaya's command. They wanted to wait for Aglaya to use Castorus' divine authority of death callously, so they would have ample reason to terminate the Flame Chase journey. However, their plan never came to fruition.
Could these dead monsters actually be... Why are the Black Tide monsters here too?
Even Thanatos wouldn't be able to accept Black Tide monsters into their realm. These traces seem to suggest that anybody who trespasses upon death will pay.
Will we suffer the same fate
Since
as
the
well?
realm of the dead must remain peaceful, it's please stay back. Let me deal with these enemies.
Or in other words, you mean make me fight them.
Bloom.
Your assistance is timely.
Alright, well, Medei, explode them.
Burn it all. Through my blood. Dying soul. Fate now accepts your punishment. Burn it all.
Eternal sleep.
The dead return!
Blast off!
Lend me your strength.
Anyways, kill them, Medei.
Forever doomed!
Underestimating us will cost you.
Why do you keep attacking Bronya? Leave Bronya alone. Attack Medei.
The path ahead is blocked by the River of Souls.
It's what he's
again.
made for.
In that case, let's go back to the past. This miracle sure is handy.
This is...
If Dan Heng was around, he'd definitely be able to raise the waters of the River of Souls into the sky.
If Lady Hycelens was still alive, I think she might be able to do that too.
Hycelens. Ah, I see. We put the rune back
You seem
here.
to be able to discern both the past and the future.
We ascend.
Oh, this place must have been a beautiful courtyard in the past.
Please excuse.
I can't wait for Flame Reaver to also appear here somehow.
Wow, this place is...
Yuncaster sent a decrepit vault. Mem noticed a soul wandering in the doorway higher up, and you need to use Oryx's divine power.
How
of time
should
to
we
find
get
your
up
way.
there?
Yay, puzzles. We love them.
The path is blocked yet again.
Oryx's ate... Oh, look! There's even a platform lift over there!
Yeah, I'm kind of the Chrysos heir of Oryx, you know. Demigod of time and all that, so... kind of a big deal.
A chest of the past has been left behind, but none of its treasures remain inside.
I'm crying.
I'm crying.
Wait, what if the miracle suddenly loses its effect?
Now we're fine.
Mem,
It would never do that.
do you really want me to answer that?
Stay back. Don't come near me.
This
Hey, bro,
is his...
chill.
Then you granted him death?
The Spirit Orb revealed more of Castor's past, this time in Idonia. Emunet spoke of her first meeting with Castorus and how the Queen of Styxia had plucked a baby from the embrace of a dragon and brought her to Idona. As fate would have it, Castorus was the very same child. Who would have thought? It's almost like her entire kit revolves around a massive
Don't look
dragon.
back. Keep moving forward. Always.
It's yet an...
Oh, this This is...
You may have it. Consider it your reward.
I heard Medea's chest line that he says when he opens chest, and I was like, oh, Medea? Where?
Living ones? Oh, could you be the scions of Styxia?
We had been inebriated in Fagusa's feast.
The time of Spiro revealed Castor's origin. Styxia perished in the River of Souls, with only its queen and her dragonborn daughter surviving. Emunet promised to raise the child, and named her Castor.
Everyone, hide behind me!
Ah, so Castorus is also a half-dragon? Interesting. To say the least.
We've entered the storm. To guard and defend! Crush them!
Burn it all.
Burn it all.
Soul. Face now accept your punishment. I am Strife. Burn it all. Oh.
200% crit damage perfectly is kind of crazy.
You'll pay for this. Lend me your strength.
Forever doomed.
Eternal sleep.
The dead return.
Let me get some healing up real quick. While I also bombard you with rockets.
Away we go! Oh, there's so many of them. How are we holding up?
I underestimated you. Fury upon you. Dying soul, now accept your punishment.
This battle is unavoidable.
Yeah, sorry. I'm kind of immortal, just like Medea. So
here.
Our soul for the feast of strife. Upon their triumphant return.
what? Medea?
You?
Mighty.
Lord Mighty?
I miss you so much that it almost killed me. Pun
Lord
unintended.
Mighty. You've been through some tough battles once again.
That black tide is endless. My death is only temporary. I will find my path of return and go back to the world of the living and continue my protection.
Lord Mighty, I have always wanted to. Why does death reject you?
I'm the one resisting it. I must resist the temptation to go with the flow. I'll go against the current and kill my way out of this cursed nether realm.
Peak.
That is my destiny.
It seems like he's completely focused on resisting the temptation of the dead's whispers. He's working hard, it seems. His battlefield is not limited to the world of the living.
He's so cool.
Lord Mighty, are you willing to travel with? We're headed for the Matrix inside that tower. To summon Thanatos from their prolonged concealment.
The challenge.
That's right. If we can work together and defeat them, you won't have to be troubled by the curse of immortality.
Let's go together, Castor. Let the person who has brushed against death countless times.
Cass, are you sure you want to do this? The alchemist said he wanted you to be a sacrifice.
I'm not afraid. Rather than standing still, taking action is by far the better option. Perhaps fate...
Yeah, we're about to kill death. You know, the usual. Before you're arrested in broken chains, Roman's the path that once led to the tower.
I'm familiar with this kind of mechanism, but I've never repaired.
If I was more powerful, I would be able to carry one person with each limb. The Rune of Recollection is here. Oh, could it be in that collapsed tower?
1 minute of men being useful comes from 1,000 days of
That
training
sounds
them.
so weird. Forget it. Just shout for me when you need. Got it.
Go, man.
Just leave it to me.
You know, having the powers of time is kind of goated.
The pink squirrel.
The
The
pink
miracle's
squirrel
range
is
is
very
limited.
smart.
Please come a little closer.
Aren't I a good fit for Orynyx's priest?
Of course. You're the most competent priest ever. The alchemical matrix should be behind... is...
Wow, there's so... It's little Cass and little Gertrude.
This is the first time I've encountered a deceased friend while going upstream in the river of...
It really works just like the other departed spirits we've encountered along the way. I'm also unable...
Yup, you're right. Trian already knows that she'll not be able to return to everyone's side. But Trian believed that little Cass would eventually return to the Netherrealm. So, Trian has been standing here, at this spot closest to the world of the living.
Oh, it must have been...
But according to what Trian said, we're almost at... Trian promised Trevi and Trinan that when little Cass got here, Trian would get the gift ready and be the first. So, little Cass, we finally finished it.
My heart! You can't do this!
The gift for me that you didn't manage to finish.
Oh my god, look at Medei.
The Holy Maiden of Yen.
He's got a lion.
Even when separated by life and death.
And Phanon sparkling.
Their thoughts are still connected.
Trian spent a lot of time drawing this. Trian hopes that little Cass likes it.
Seriously, it's seriously a wonderful drawing. Lady...
This is... our flame chase journey.
Little Cass, we don't know what your journey was like before. Trevi has always said that it must have been a very harsh and frightening journey. But little Cass no longer has anything to fear now. Because everyone is here with you in this flame.
Only now, when I see Lady Trian's gift, do I realize that I've already obtained so many things I would never have dared to dream of since I embarked on the flame chase journey. It's the first time I've gained so many companions. The first time I picked up the hobbies of crafting and photography. The first time I had dinner with someone else. The first time I went to them. The first time I wore a dress personally made by Lady Aglaya. The first time I went... Looking back at all these experiences I never thought were possible. It feels as though the scales of my life had shrunk from centuries and decades. I took countless photos in the past, but they're all black and white if I had known.
Then shall we take one now?
Trian says yes! Trian likes little Cass and would love to.
Sadly, being departed souls, our images cannot be captured.
I thought.
What? Are we seriously going to leave any room for regret?
Nah, I think we can just will it into
There won't
existence.
be any regrets. This vivid drawing surpasses any photograph from the world of the living.
Little Cass smiled. Treevee, Trinan, and Trian's wishes final.
I remember you once said that fate is not the flowers that bloom at the end of the road, but where people tread beyond the gate. Thank you for bringing me the
Key? Little Cass, why are you talking in riddles all of a sudden?
I have a feeling that soon, this gift of yours will become the key to saving Miss...
Wow, that's amazing! Then keep smiling and carry on bravely! Little Cass, Little Gray, everyone, see you tomorrow!
The blinding smile of Trian's golden form disappeared in the fog of Styxia's moonlit night.
Lady Trian.
I see you,
The
Cypher.
aura of this place. We have indeed reached. If I go any further, I might lose myself. I must leave now, for the black tide still wreaks havoc in the realm of the living.
Don't you want to know the truth behind Thanatos?
I seek not to enter the door to the nether realm. Castorus, will you fulfill your duty for the flame chase?
I have yet to make my decision, Lord
No matter. Make the choice your heart desires. Even if it takes 1,000 years of waiting, I will continue to fight till I die. Then rise from death till the miracle descends.
He's so fucking cool!
There is one more thing you should know, Lord Mighty.
What is it?
Professor Anaxa may have deduced the principles behind the Era Nova. You and I may be reincarnated as strife and death in the next cycle, becoming calamities wreaking havoc upon the world.
I see.
Is that all? Are you going to accept such a fate without complaints?
Do you have a strategy to shatter the shackles of our fate?
I haven't found it yet. Perhaps I never will.
Then, cease wasting your thoughts on futile matters. Control what little you can. And when fate's inescapable grasp comes, resist it with the strength of your mighty will.
Thank you, Lord Mighty. I will find the right decision.
In the name of strife, may you meet a fitting end.
This must be the alchemical matrix the spirit mentioned. Let's see. We need to Anestia's love.
It seems our sweet Princess Homebody has made up. In that case, seamstress, I suppose I no longer need to deliver your message. My time is rather...
Whether you wish to break free from death or not, please, follow your heart. By the promise you once made, I ask that you fulfill your duty one final time. Castorus, please, live as a human.
According to that alchemist, however, he is not privy to the past.
The past?
I saw the twins of death in Kefali's memory, and now I am certain that I was one of them. The trial of the Hand of Shadow demanded taking the life of your family. I died during that trial, falling before the gate to the new world. She was consumed with regret over my death, so she used the Titan's authority to reforge. That's because the Titan she became already fell at the start of everything.
You mean...
That's right. The River of Souls is no material river. It cannot be blocked by ordinary means. And that's why... we have to awaken Pollock. We have to reforge its body with the power...
But Cass, if that alchemist speaks the truth, does that mean you're also part of the Dragon Bond?
According to those departed spirits, I would... But before we talk about that...
I did when I was collecting the souls.
I heard them too. So
there was death of the previous world. In order to retrieve the core flame, Castorus would have to awaken Pollux from death. The last ingredient required for the Matrix completion is none other than Castorus's life, or rather, her life as captured by Trian's drawing.
Then, let the
ritual completed, and Amit's soul appeared before Castorius. She had concealed Castorius' past in Styxia to protect her, but by now Castorius already knew her story.
Styxia, the pearl of the ocean, plagued by unwarranted calamity and ravaged by death in the fairy tale. It was the first city-state to shift their faith towards death, even before Idonia did. From where you stand now, I suppose that's a bit hard to believe. Right?
Indeed. I cannot imagine that those from the era Chrysia, blessed with eternal life, could ever yearn for death.
I have pondered the same question, child. But I am afraid there is no clear answer to it.
Journeys and epics are only glory. I still can't take that as the final answer. What a world.
I take it the one who spoke this line was a general, or perhaps a warrior. I, however, did find some
Please enlighten me, Lady Amunet. Though I have already made up my mind on how to handle the authority and core flame of death. Your words might truly guide me toward the path forward.
You and I are neither warriors nor generals. Therefore, journeys and epics cannot truly resonate with us. But what if I reframe it like this? What if love is not a trait bestowed upon mortals by Nestia, but a blessing from death?
Love.
No one ever invented the word cherish in the era when life was eternal. For all the good things in the world can be revisited endlessly, and every bond formed carried no risk of being severed. The so-called era Chrysia was an age devoid of both virtue and sin. People did not truly live. They simply existed, going through the motions without passion. Or perhaps the people of Styxia chose to embrace death, not out of fascination, but instead became fixated and obsessed with the impulses and desires tied to a finite existence.
Therefore, death is not a thing of...
That's right, Casterus. It is the reason. If you truly intend to deprive the world of death, then be prepared to witness it return to a state.
Death was not a cruel and cold thing, but instead the original spark that ignited the passions of mortals. Casterus was moved by Eminette's words and pledged to use all the love she experienced in her long life to complete the final.
My teacher, Anaxagoras, grant me the wisdom of all things. I call upon thee, the stripped dead dragon's corpse. Rises from the earth, falls from the sky. As above, so below. This is the greatest power of all powers. Unstoppable in this world. The great work that commands all death. I shall grant you embrace.
Well, time to fight death.
Oh, noisy.
When an ally target's HP is reduced, accumulates desperate bubble. Upon reaching a limit, remove damage mitigation into the enhanced state.
Is the girl who once saved my life truly gone? Or will you show yourself again once we eradicate this hatred and regret?
All right. Let's do this, Medei.
Receive divinity.
I can't.
If there's anyone that could do it.
Return. Thanks.
You'll pay for that. Lend me your strength. We've entered the storm. To guard and defend. Crush them.
Forever to! I am Strife!
Oh, you're anxious.
That was close.
Shh. Don't be afraid.
Is it coming? Riding the west wind? Away we go!
Burn it all!
Watch closely. Delivering warmth. There's always a lend me your strength.
Forever Forever doomed!
There's no more need to weep in grief. I will grant you peace. Yes, it's me. I'm back.
Underestimating us will cost you! A super big meanie!
I underestimated you. Fury upon you!
You bring about your own death.
They may be moving by instinct, but there is fury welling up within them.
Burn it all.
Lend me your strength.
Forever doomed! Conquer all lands!
Please, don't turn back to the Nether Realm. Oh, death. Sleep in peace. I'm sorry I have to wake you up from ancient death. And I know you're anxious. Shh.
Castorius comforted the awakened Pollux and asked it to lend her to where the core flame of death rested. As your consciousness was on the verge of dissipating, Castorius left you in Mim's care and headed for the Nether Realm. Oh, you sit in your little dinghy, eager to hear my song ankles fall behind. Venture not into the vast sea of Ereps. Without seeing me, you will lose your way to the ocean.
After all that, you still ended up back here.
So the legends were true.
Yes. Just like the flower fields we tended to back then.
Is that you?
Do you?
I don't have the memories from that time, but I've seen you.
I see. Call me Thanatos. However, since you recognize the name...
Yes. I'm here.
You know, my sister was a sympathetic, but rather sensitive person. Whenever she didn't want to say what was on her mind. Just like what you...
Can you tell me, what did you do, Pollux?
A long,
But fate was cruel. The price of attaining divinity.
That trial was indeed recorded in that memory.
In the Netherrealm, Castor finally united with her sister, Polixia. A meeting that was an audience with the fallen Death Titan Thanatos. When the new world was created, Thanatos reshaped Castorius' soul and took the form of the great dragon Pollux to carry her back into the mortal realm. With life and death separated, souls were denied passage down the river of souls. Castorius became the undying human who grants death, while Thanatos bore the fate of defying death. And they died the moment they entered the world of the living.
what was left of my reason was left behind in the Netherrealm, where I've been taking care of these flowers day after day, until there is now a sea of them, all while mulling over the subject of life, death, parting, and enduring an endless love.
Fate is absurd indeed. Our lives were a mirrored image of one another, like a pair of hands. Even so, we walked different paths.
I had hoped that maybe you would at least have a good life in this cycle. I'm sorry.
They really
I lived
alluded
my
to the
life well.
cycles this early. That's kind of
It
crazy.
didn't go to waste. As far as I'm
Even though I forced the authority of grant
too many responsibilities were forced upon me in the course of this long journey. But I realized recently that if it weren't for your blessing, I wouldn't have made it here to reunite with my missing half. And we wouldn't have understood the meaning of our existence.
the meaning of our
This sea of flowers blooms on dead land. Because we sowed it with the seeds of our separation. That's why Thanatos cannot create living beings at will. Nor can the hand of shadow determine a person, because the life and death of mortals should never be dictated by another's will.
Are you saying there's no...
No. No single being can bear the scales of life and death weigh equally heavy.
You, too, must have had a difficult... We've taken quite the ridiculous journey together. I had a feeling, even back then, that we would meet again one day. Not to embrace one another after a long separation, but to come in... It's been far too long. I always hoped I would see you among them. But... more than...
I know. But you don't have to shoulder death's authority on your own anymore. It was always so. Let's give our core flame to him, and have him take it back to the mortal realm. Give humanity back their psyche. Our responsibility as Thanatos was never about picking out favorite souls. Let's tend the field together, and create a...
We're gonna hold the core flame of death.
What do you think, Polixia?
Yes, just... You shall wither, and through that, the dead will sprout again, as foretold by the prophecy. Thanatos' authority is only destined for only one person to wield. As the Chrysos heir of death, as their demigod, as a titan. Our fated moment as a... Yes, just that, unlike that time, the ones undergoing the trial this time are prepared. Yes, as dictated by fate. But I will complete your trial in this life. Grant me the embrace of death. You've been tempered by life and death. I know you'll be able, like a raven butterfly.
I will. After this, I will remain the cycle of life and death will flow once again.
Just one last thing.
Of course.
Please.
I promise you, when we meet in the next world, even if we do not know, I will still hold you.
Casterus, you're as beautiful.
I will bring rest to death. And from now on, stagnant life will once again flow.
Anaxia? Where the fuck did you come from?
Time flies. In the blink of an eye, the 15th, and when this farce is over, your soul will be placed on the scale.
No need to ask so many times.
Then why do you drag your feet?
I simply find them too noisy. Paying attention to conceited fools like them would...
Such harsh words. As I see it, you...
I couldn't agree more.
Oh. I didn't know.
I know myself better than you think I do. At the very least.
And they say men who... Well, that is exactly...
Should I thank you for the compliment?
The hour of the trial has come. Do you have an answer for me? And how will you prove the veracity of your...
I suppose there is no point in putting this off any longer. Do you...
You were saying that Amphoria...
Indeed. The demigods that bear the core flames eventually become the new titans at the world's end. Remember what happened on the Holy Mountain? Calypso, Naias. As their destined ends approached, one by one, they left this world. Unfortunately, while their journey is consistent with ours, you and Calypso, as well as Nikador and Naias, act as supporting evidence. I can only come up for all the pains I took to reach this point. I had already lost hope of ever obtaining definitive proof. After all, that is, until I met a girl named Polixia. If Castoris was truly sent from the past to the present for the Titan's self-serving reasons, then having lived through 2 cycles, and with Styxia as the pivot, she will no doubt be the... If the Twins of Death can bridge 2 cycles to reunite at the shores of the Sea of Souls, then my hypothesis will no longer be just a hypothesis. And you too will get the...
Well, that is all well and good, but how can you be so sure? If there is even the slightest error in your hypothesis, the girl will be shattered.
It matters not. The most important quality a scholar must possess is foolhardiness. If you are overly cautious, then you'll never have the gumption to make the first step, and change will never come. Besides, I, Anaxagoras, am destined to overturn this farce. Come, let us go and teach those pathetic worms.
All right, then. Time to teach the worms a lesson, I suppose.
Fine.
Let those Chrysos heirs who started this let them hear the voice.
As always, that woman knows how to stir up a crowd.
Professor Anaxa, I thought you'd pass on this.
Everyone must cast their vote, or this assembly would serve no...
Prof, do you truly think it's wise to entrust the fate of the world?
Akama has stood strong under this system for 1,000 years. It stands to reason that there is purpose in its existence. But that is not what you're asking, is it? What you really want to know is Aglaya making the right decision in entrusting the fate of the world to you?
Nothing ever is...
I didn't spend all those years teaching you for nothing. Most people only take 4 years to graduate.
To tell the truth, I feel like I'm on my way to an execution chamber. So, do you have an answer to that question?
No, I don't.
I thought so.
Because that question is not yours to ask in the first place. Is Aglaya entrusting the world to you the right decision? Don't make me laugh. That is a question that woman must answer herself. Why are you fretting about this on her behalf? Or have you been seeing yourself as her... Listen up. I'll say this only once. Flip your perspective around and ask yourself this instead. What should I do to ensure that the world doesn't stray from the correct path? That is what you should be thinking about. You still have time, so give it some thought. Oh, and don't bother telling me the answer. Tell it to those begging for salvation from the gods.
Got it. Thank you, Professor Anaxa.
That's Anaxagoras to you.
Who will you be voting for?
That'll depend on how well you perform. May Circe safeguard your thoughts.
Well then.
Lord Anaxa, you're the last speaker for the assembly will be Lady Kindness has All right. This way.
Elders and citizens, silence, if you please. As the Theoros, Finin of Ides Elysiae, virtuous citizen of Akima, and the last...
Much obliged, Lord Luck.
I remember him. He's...
Where's Lady Goldweaver? Why is she sending this guy to give the last speech?
Can this dude really face down?
By Kefali above. Dear citizens of Akima, as you look upon me, so too do I see you. I see your fear and misgivings, your apprehension about the discord between the Chrysos heirs and the Council of Elders. And your uneasiness about the future of the Holy City. Yet, before you contemplate something as grand as the fate of the world, I ask that you look closer. Look beyond the horizon illuminated by Kefali, at the crisis threatening to overwhelm us.
What?
Ides Elysiae, my beloved hometown, is a village forgotten by time. It is a place with the most invigorating breeze and wheat fields that spread all the way to the sea. I once thought that there I would enjoy a lifetime of peace and quiet with my friends and fam. How I wish I could invite all of you to that paradise, far from the noise and chatter of the world. Alas, I can't. Because she, and all that she nurtured, all that I loved, they have long been devoured by the black tide. My beloved home is no... I will never forget the day the black tide struck. My father, Hieronymus, fought with a broken sword to his last breath to protect his child. My mother, Aldada, she was ripped apart by monsters. Also, I might live to stand before you here and now. Galba, he was a hunter. But in the end, those arms that once drew a bow instead embraced Piso, his beloved son, as they both breathed their last. Pythias, the teacher, risked her life to save her students, but a burning beam fell on her, crushing her. And what of Livia, her daughter? Did she make it out alive? No, she didn't. Livia, Piso, and so many other children. My childhood friends. They were all swallowed by the black tide and turned into monsters. They kept saying the same thing over and over. Even up until the final moment, I finally steeled my heart and granted them eternal peace with my sword. Why, Finan? Aren't we the best of friends? That is the black tide. A looming threat that can bring Akima to its knees any time. Kindness may have promised that with the 3 Titans of Calamity Con, Akima will return to an era Chrysia once more. But much as it pains me, I must disappoint you. While the demigod of strife has done everything in his power to hold them back, they are still coming. By now, the name of that black-robed swordmaster, the Flame Reaper, has likely echoed throughout the city already. The roaring thunder is a message from the strife demigod. The Flame Reaver has risen from death, and they hunger for the core flames of the gods.
Lies! If such a powerful enemy is indeed approaching, why is Akima still a picture of peace?
Because Medei is beating his ass, you fucking idiot.
Exactly.
The city of Akama shows no signs of pandemonium or chaos. And why is that? I beg you, spare a moment to think about this. Are we able to stand here and hold this assembly in peace today because the danger has passed? No. This peace we enjoy is no gift of fate. We are able to stand here today only because the Chrysos heirs have stepped up and shielded Akama from calamity. With her golden threads, Aglaya has preserved and continues to preserve these idyllic days that all of you hold dear. The Council of Elders claims that Aglaya will one day forsake the people because her divinity is eroding her body and soul. But ask yourselves this. Rather than offering her aid and support, why do they choose to watch and push Akama away from the Flame Chase journey? The answer that no one can bring themselves to speak of. A truth stained in blood and buried in greed, fear, and vanity. Allow me to lay it bare before you. It is because the Council of Elders, which bears Akima's history and honor, along with this citizens' assembly we once took so much pride in, are now infested with vermin.
You go get them, boy.
You insolent whelp!
It is true that Aglaya has reached her limit. Why? Because she has been working tirelessly to weave the defenses of our holy city against the encroaching evil. All while these vermin are making up baseless accusations about her and scheming in the shadows. Not once has she ever failed Akama. Yet these vermin attempt to tear her apart, tarnishing her name with unfounded allegations. She may have been blessed by divinity, but hasn't her heart always stayed true to humanity? They attempt to mislead you and reduce this assembly to a crude standoff between gods and humans, but citizens of Akama. Once more, I implore you to open your eyes and look at those around you. Examine them closely. Beneath all that finery, do you see the good heart of a human or the poisonous glands of a pest? Make your judgment, then turn your gaze to the demigods, whom so many of you regard as cold and merciless. Do you not see the light of humanity in them? And those who wear the mask of humanity, yet utter only hurtful, slanderous words. Can you not see that their souls have been corrupted by power? Yet, no matter what your answer is, and no matter who your vote goes to, rest assured that you have nothing to fear. For Aglaya, Tribios, and I will remain your faithful guardians and pledge our lives to upholding your... And this vow will stay true until the end of our days, where it will be passed on to future flame chasers. A steadfast and unwavering promise that shall endure through the ages.
He's absolutely right. The Chrysos heirs have only our best.
In an uproar, representative leaders from different cities in Okuma throw pieces of pottery into the dolium.
At the present time, on the scales of Talentum, those who call for the continuation of the Flame Chase journey, and those who demand its suspension. Each faction holds an equal share of votes, resulting in a perfect...
As expected. This is the moment when the Flame Chase journey is the...
And now, it's your turn to vote, Lord Anaxagoras.
Is there anyone else who hasn't voted?
No, you're the last. Cast your vote with care, for your decision will break this in.
I have long since made a decision.
Very well. May you bring much needed change to this farcical world.
Oh boy, Let's see what Anaxia's got planned.
You've done well, Finan. Given the circumstances, delivering a rousing speech to stir up emotions was a prudent move. Thank you all for your patience. On behalf of the 7 sages of the Grove of Epiphany and the scholars of Amphorius, I, Anaxagoras, am ready to cast my vote. But before that, in the interest of fairness, Lady Goldweaver, I pose a question to you before all who are gathered here. Will you, as Finan has promised, stand by the decision made in the Assembly, regardless of outcome?
In the interest of fairness, I make no promises, lest it should influence your decision.
Very well. I thank you for your honesty.
My vote is neither! My vote is one of my own decision. That's my guess.
What's he doing?
The stakes are high. Let's be patient.
Cut the act! Who do you think you are wasting our time like?
Lord Anaxa, please do not forget.
Rule number 1. Do not call me Anaxa. Rule number 2. Never interrupt me. Silence is golden.
Just vote already. What are you waiting for?
Cast your vote. Cast your vote.
I cannot help but wonder, is every hardship in the world something you will exploit and use to your...
How else am I supposed to make use of this situation where my body and soul are separate? Oh, Circes. Or should I say... Let us journey to the Netherrealm and see how she will substantiate the answer to your question. We need only to follow the sound of the tides.
You. Well done, child. Just as a
teacher.
What a twist of fate. A blasphemer raised in the doctrines of the Venerationists. It's like a foal kicking its mother in the...
I respect you immensely, sir. But
you cherish the truth even more. So, child, do not be troubled by the criticisms I have borne. Do not let those voices hinder you as you forge. As the sage of the Venerationists, I am duty-bound to oppose you. But, as your friend and mentor, Anaxagoras, I say, go forth, for the truth is already in your hand.
I will keep that in mind.
Go now, child. Your lonely pursuit is about to welcome a new chapter. And when you reach the end of this journey, may we meet again.
You have my word, sir. May Circes safeguard your thoughts.
May Circes safeguard your thoughts.
You are right, Empedocles. My lonely pursuit is about to welcome a new... May we meet again with the truth before us, Empedocles.
What are you waiting for?
Silence! Silence, everyone! Behold, Circes, here at the center of the world, for this place is but one step away from the truth.
Professor, I completed the proof you wanted.
Thank you, Castorus.
The answer is plain as day. My vote goes to the Flame Chase Journey and nothing else!
Elder Kindness, I have deciphered the truth of this world.
With the balance shattered, the result is clear. Buy carefully and to Lenten above, as the Theoros I have observed.
No! Ligus, you can't! Anaxa, what have you done? Have you lost your mind?
Never any doubt.
I hope you are prepared for the harsh punishment awaiting you. Mark my words, I will make sure that clever head of yours never forgets.
Have you forgotten? I told you that happens to be one of my rare talents.
You put on such a grand performance, just to aid their
Performance? No, you are quite mistaken. I may be paranoid by nature, but I've always been known for my honesty. If you really understood me, Lady Kindness, you'd realize that I never had any interest in your pathetic little game of politics. Factions, standpoints, they are jokes in my eyes. I have never once switched sides, because I, and I alone, am the truth.
Lady Kindness, with all the citizens here as witnesses, we should honor the spirit of democracy and respect the decision of this assembly. I have observed that Akama has chosen her destiny. This citizens' assembly has resolved to continue the Flame Chase journey. This resolution shall be put up on the Wall of Heroes, such that all citizens are aware of the city's way forward.
You!
It seems not everyone is ready for the assembly to end. Very well. Let me entertain you for a little longer. By your leave, Lord.
Interesting. Elders and citizens, your attention, please. Stay for a moment more.
What is this for? Just moments ago, all of you made a decision on the... But I regret to say that I still harbor doubts about this outcome. Thus, I hereby challenge this resolution. Tell me, who among you dare swear to Kefali's name that Era Nova will truly welcome the fairy tale ending that the Chrysos heirs have promised?
Motherfucker, you just voted for us and now you're fucking
free of calamity
doing something else?
Nonsense.
No one? Must I pick? Very well. You, the one acting so wise and profound. No? Fine. Next.
What are you trying to do?
Useless. Your turn, then.
Hey! Mind your tongue!
So, no one? I see. In that case, Finan, answer me this. Your speech was filled with such passion just now. How confident, then, are you in making this promise?
Professor, what are you doing?
Let him continue with his performance.
Will you look at that? Even Finan and Aglaya lack the courage. And what's even more absurd is that no one but I can promise you this new world. And yet, the Assembly passed the resolution anyway. But you needn't worry, because I knew better than to trust you good-for-nothings. That is precisely why I am here today. To give you one final lecture. Now listen up and listen well. I, Anaxagoras of the Grove of Epiphany, hereby declare everything that the Flame Chase journey promises is true. Finan of Ides Elysiae, the prophesied demigod who shall succeed Kefali,
will reforge each and every one of us in the new world with his complete, intact memories.
What?
The core flame-bearing titans were the Chrysos heirs of yesterday. And the Chrysos heirs who carry the core flames today will become the titans of tomorrow. All of our souls shall endure for eternity in the miracle of the World-Bearer. And all under Kefali's protection shall step into that new world.
This is pure blasphemy!
It's impossible. What? Are you saying that we must bow down to you and worship you, even in our next lives? Enough, you blasphemous imbecile! How dare you try to deceive us with all these lies and—
I told you, don't interrupt me. But since you've asked, I shall be kind and indulge you. My statements are based on my experiments on the divine body of Kefali themselves. You heard me correctly, everyone. With the tacit approval of Kindness and the Council of Elders, I fused my soul with a god through alchemy and learned the truth behind Era Nova.
What is he talking about? Isn't that pure blasphemy?
I, the vile, wretched blasphemer, deserve nothing less than death for my sins. And the Council of Elders, which granted me consent and aided in committing this atrocity, should face punishment alongside me.
By the gods, even kind— No more.
The Kindness We're carefully above.
I had no knowledge of his transgressions. He did that on his own. The Council, Lord Lygus, as the esteemed Theoros, are you going to simply stand by and allow the Council of Elders to be dragged through the mud?
If the accusation is true, I will acknowledge it. If not, my conscience stands unburdened. Lady Kindness, the reputation of the Council of Elders was not built in a day, nor will it be shattered overnight. Repercussions await those who fool the people, and punishment must be meted out on those who abandon their vows. We should—
You—
Lady Aglaya, the Gold Weaver, I humbly ask that you take on the responsibility of overseeing this judgment in the name of the fairness of Talantin and the justice of Kefali. Considering the circumstances, and in accordance with Akima's codex as the only demigod among us, you shall rightfully wield—
The honor is mine. Elders and citizens, silence. Anaxagoras of the Grove of Epiphany has made his statement clear. As per Akima's codex, I request all present citizens to stand with— First, Elder Kindness of Akima and Lygus the Theoros stand accused of neglecting their duties and abusing the law, leading to the egregious blasphemy. In the names of Talantin and Kefali, Akima is to form a committee before the 7th action hour to conduct an investigation and disclose the findings.
Curse.
Now, concerning Anaxagoras of the Grove of Epiphany, he has confessed to grave blasphemy against Kefali. In the names of Talantin and Kefali, the accused must be allowed to hear the people's voice prior to the execution, for a chance at a reduced sentence and possible pardon.
Professor.
Let him die! Let him die! Let him die!
What decision will you make, Lady Goldweaver?
Enough with the hesitation, Aglaya. This is not like you.
Let him die!
Then, In light of the people's voice, O Talantan on high, may you bring death upon him.
Well then. I mean, like he said, he was already going to die, so.
Sea of... what is this place?
Allow me to reintroduce myself. I bore the name of Castrus while walking among the mortals. And now, I stand as the demigod of death. Welcome to my realm, where the west wind ends.
Oh, my character arc is finally done. No, it's a beautiful place.
Every departed soul who has arrived here has expressed the same. Did you know? Every flower here was planted by Thanatos themselves. And it is my duty as the master of death to tend to their well-being and foster their growth in this similar to the structured cycle of life and death in the mortal world. Similar to the structured. These flowers too shall wither and fade, returning to the earth and then ascending to the sky with mist. Eventually, they will descend to the mortal land as gentle rain. Yet, sadly, there's no time left for Emporius to wait for when the... Now, death is the power at my fingertips. It once led the souls of the deceased here, but I shall open the... In exchange, please, take the core flame of death with you and complete the flame chase journey. Do not let our work thus far.
You're not going back?
Just like the other demigods, That being said, it is not easy to guide a lost soul back to the mortal realm. The whispers of death are sweet and alluring. Please consider this a one-time exception, and for your life, the only life I can save.
I'll do my best.
I am glad to hear.
Over here!
March?
I believe in you.
What?
Just forget about all the hardships. Don't go.
Lift your chin up high and step forward with us to war tomorrow!
That's right. Keep your eyes on the dawn.
Onward. Show me your courage.
Show me your courage.
Partner, we shall become heroes together.
Almost there. Finally. Thank you. Since I've already made it to the end, maybe I can have one last glance at that sea of flowers.
Don't turn around. Keep looking forward.
Fear not, as a touch of red will be awaiting you at the end of the path.
Archeron?
It'll guide you and illuminate the way out. By doing so, you'll eventually reunite in the warmth of the sunlight.
What's this? What in the world are these shadows and voices?
All of this is proof that you, your soul, your memories, the years you've journeyed through, and the path they revealed, leading you. So, continue onward. Do not stop moving forward, and do not let her sacrifice and the support of all who have stood by you be... Over here, friend! Take my hand. Let's go home.
Goodbye, Netherrealm. Hello again, Mortal Realm.
Let the trail blazing continue.
At last. I knew you. Your soul is still perfectly whole. Is it Orynyx's final blessing? It's truly... Perhaps it is fate, once again fulfilling its own design. Or perhaps... it seems that this is the riddle. The sensation of becoming a demigod is truly wondrous. Do you recall that prophecy? At the end of the sea, I promised you that I would do everything in my power to... I can finally... The wish I once sought, but could never grasp. Every touch, every embrace we share, will never... They will radiate with an intense warmth. So... The other shore is very cold. May I borrow your warmth one last time? Thank you for fulfilling this wish of mine. The place I'll be going to is what humans call the Land of Sorrows. But with this heartbeat and the residual heat of this embrace, I shall turn the Netherrealm into a gentle place of rest. This embrace may be brief, but it's the proof that I once lived. Farewell, then. May we reunite in the new world.
That grand and absurd performance was what you've been seeking.
I gave up everything in search of truth. You, on the other hand, performed as I expected. You did not
crave power, like a fly.
Those are your words.
But what you said at the end, did you already know what I had planned for Thainan?
I may have lost an eye, but my vision is clearer than anyone else. You've nearly exhausted your humanity. You're no different from my current state as a walking corpse.
That's true. I've long since burned to ash over the past 1,000 years.
So, this is our last chance. How about... May I resonate with your core flame, Aglaya?
Please do.
That's... impossible. To persist with your soul thin to such an extent.
Just as you fight to lug your corpse onward to complete your unfinished goals, I have my own reasons for doing. Until Thainan grows into his position as the prophesied leader, I must continue to lead everyone on the flame chase journey. I must keep inching.
I've long predicted this was the case, but I didn't think you'd already lost, so... How ironic. We would have avoided so many misunderstandings if you and I had just spoken this candidly before. But casting aside our ideological differences, There is one thing you and I agree on.
Feinen.
Yes. He was born to be a hero. He understands the hearts of the people. And I can confidently say he is a far better leader than you. Only he is capable of
Gotta throw that
fulfilling
one
your
last spite
mission.
out there.
Sadly, he is a man cursed by Nestia. But by my estimates, his horribly elaborate sense of style should not impede Aranova.
Congratulations are in order. We found common ground at the very end of...
When you put it that way, it makes me want to take back what I said.
Glaya, we're back. Come welcome our great hero reborn from the ashes.
I hope he didn't hear your earlier
It wouldn't be the first time I criticized him. A man should be aware.
A core flame of death.
I'm glad... But I don't see Castris.
It looks like she not only helped me prove my theory, but helped you fulfill your mission as well.
She finally understood her origins and completed her trial.
She might not have been able to change her fate, but she still wrote the final verse of her epic. Trinin, please recite the prophecy for us. Trailblazer, please surrender that scalding core flame for us. You are the only life she ever saved by her own hand in her 1,000 years on this earth. I believe no one is more qualified for this noble task.
Let the ceremony begin.
O gods who have returned, and gods who are still watching, today we bring you a soul laid bare. The Hand of Shadow, Thanatos, remembered their name from the past. From daylight they came, and to their fragrant dwelling they return, to walk now among your ranks. And there was one who joined hands with the Titan, a traveler risen from the dead and reborn among mortal kind. O Majesty of the... We seek your divinity. Fill our bodies with blood of gold, till we wither in willing service to the... Step forward, trailblazer from beyond the sky, and together with us, surrender the core flame and carve their star into the sky.
Here we go.
A constellation for death.
For life and death, to be more precise.
Look! It's...
Is that Castris?
No, it's only a divine echo. I think she's here.
What did she say?
That's the language of Castoris. No. They said, I have illuminated the cold shadow of...
Onwards. For your path to the future is bright in its flame.
Do not forget.
Professor. What's with that look? So, let's get this execution over with. We wouldn't...
You never change. I don't understand. If your theory is correct, you'll lose all memories of your past life once you become a Titan. So what's the point?
Of course there's a point. Even if I forget, it goes without saying, I'll find a way to retrieve memories of my past life.
I still don't really understand what you said during the assembly. Even if it were true, things reforged from
Then allow me to tell you right now, what exactly are we? My answer is that the Chrysos heirs are the future Titans and vice versa. So, what are we when it comes to regular... The very essence of the world, our souls, are tiny invisible seeds that hold records of each person's memories of the world. And we are the buds that sprout...
Is that what new...
Correct. Once our physical bodies are born, we become new extensions of the world. From there, we plant our seeds into someone's memories, and then scatter them into the hearts. Just as seeds are affected by their environment, so too will our appearances differ across memories. But the partial memories we carry will always be the same, because that is just how the world is. To destroy our very existence, one must destroy the world itself. That person is you, child of Kefali. This is so. Carry everything of this world and live on. Don't and especially, don't bring dishonor to my feet.
Anaxa, I swear to you, I'll lead everyone to our reunion.
Good. That is all I have to say. Farewell, everyone.
Farewell, great performer. May Circes safeguard your thoughts.
May Circes safeguard your thoughts.
Are you satisfied, Honorable Titan?
Very. I hereby swear I have borne witness. Anaxagoras of the New Sporists and the Grove of Epiphany has successfully overcome. Thus, I shall confer upon you You shall transcend the peaks of purity. And return to corruption and heart.
Oh, so that's a god's prophecy. It sounds like you just rephrased my... Oh, Circes.
Well, you've already transcended the peaks of purity, and you were never the type to give me. But I do still...
I knew. What is it? Maybe we're thinking...
As you've so boldly stated, we and the world itself live on through them. If that is the case, whose memories did the very first new spore sprout from?
How should I? But, since we are both equal, we should allow the children of humanity who come after us. Rejoice, Circes. I sow the seeds of suspicion in the new world with your soul!
And now, the objective is complete. That is all.
Thankfully, she's still alive. Was March 7th also in this condition when she was first?
Her condition was very similar. It's just that at that time, the Express did not have a memo keeper who could diagnose
But she
her
still
condition.
woke up naturally. Looking on the...
When March awakened from the ice, her memories were completely wiped clean. I went to prepare for the worst and prevent something like that from happening again. Can you share with us your hypothesis?
I do not have conclusive evidence, but
Judging by her, perhaps March 7th's memories have been
hijacked.
Think about it, Miss Himiko. What will happen when...
I'm not a biologist, but I hear that a species of fish has a memory span of less than a second. It forgets what occurs in the very next
Unfortunately,
instant.
short-term memory is an entirely different concept from the inability to remember. But an individual who has lost their ability to remember turns into... The belief of the garden is that everything in this universe can be interpreted through memories. The past is made up of memoria, while the future is a possibility that will eventually be converted. Therefore, when a person is affected by the path and loses their ability to remember, their physical form will also be affected.
Miss Black Swan, there's one thing I haven't looked into deeply until now. You've got us to Amphorius, but refuse to tell us your true intentions. Collecting memories is simply not a convincing
Is Miss
answer.
Himiko suspicious?
I mean, no offense, I'm merely speculating, but I'd appreciate your honesty if possible.
Words, now is the time. That's not a problem, of course. The true reason behind my intentions is that Amphorius holds special significance. For some memo keepers of the garden with extremist views, it is a perfect example.
Perfect example?
A world that can only be seen through the garden's mirror means that memo keepers have the right to keep the world in their private collection. If those pathstriders of remembrance were to uncover the secrets of Amphorius first, they might unleash their wild ambitions and remodel more worlds into...
So the reason you did everything you could convince the Express to come into the Star Zone is just to uncover the secrets and foil the plans of these people?
I chose to remain quiet before, because I did not want to involve you in the garden's...
Remodeling a world is no easy feat. These extremists likely are just simple pathstriders. Do they wield the powers of
You can be even
emanators?
bolder with your guesses. The people that I'm talking about, they aren't just individuals. They are an organization that has already attached itself to the pinky finger of Fu Li.
Could they be the ones who hijacked March 7th's memories?
I cannot be certain, but at the very least, they are capable of doing. I am deeply sorry about what has happened to March 7th, but the deal that I propose still remains a fair one. Amphorius is still an excellent destination, and investigating further might allow us to uncover the truth behind... Miss Himiko, the wisest choice right now is for us. Let me take back a part of what I said just now, Miss. Although we indeed struck a deal, it seems like I have involved you in some unforeseen danger.
Something changed.
It's Fu Li. Their gaze has just swept across Amphorius.
What does that mean?
Oh, how interesting. I never expected a mere memo snatcher to be actually hiding so much inside her head. What's even more interesting is that the word Amphorius has appeared in her subconscious.
This lady seems to be having fun.
It's
hard
to explain.
What are you two whispering about? Has it not occurred to you that I...
Please pardon me, Madam Herta. Would you mind...
The ones who need help are the Astral Express. You will have to put up with my methods, even if they are rather Let's get back to the topic. By using the fourth mirror, I rummaged through the brain of this memo snatcher and learned a good deal. Not only does this person know of Amphorius, but there are also many. I searched through her consciousness and found the following terms.
It seems like Miss Black Swan is in...
Since I'm not able to find any useful clues from the outside...
You're planning to head to Amphorius yourself?
Yes, but not in the flesh like you all foolishly. See these Herta mirrors? With them, I can project my data spirit entity to any corner of the cosmos through spatial warps. But of course, these corners of the cosmos must be within the coverage zone of inter-astral peace communications. After all, this is collaborative tech.
I see. You do seem like the more indoor type.
Although that star zone is not within the network of the IPC, the Express itself can serve as a signal station. Come, give me the then sit back and enjoy.
Well, it shares the Astral Express's coordinates with the Herda.
All right, now that everything is ready, mirrors, get to work. First mirror, input the coordinates. As you command the preparations. Second mirror, prepare for the thought refraction. There's still some distance from the astral this time. Oh, okay. Third mirror, you're in charge of generating the... Good question. Forget it. Just use my own appearance. Fourth mirror, you'll be in charge. It seems like I have nothing for you. Ah, standing by again. The next time, can you count off? Preparation of the data spirit thought refraction. Excellent.
Have a safe trip, Madam Herta.
May your journey yield good results.
Coordinates input complete. Spatial warp countdown. Warp activated. Oh! So that's it. Second mirror. Prepare for thought refraction. All right. Please read the safety protocols carefully. Can't you hurry up? Yes, ma'am. I didn't expect it to be so turbulent. I should have asked the second mirror to use slightly less power. What? Let's see. What's this? A statue? Oh, I finally found your traces. How esteemed must you be for the great Herda to come out personally? When we return, get ready to become free labor for the simulation. What's this? How creepy. Oh, it moves? Who are you trying? It's either a projection or a fake. There doesn't seem to be.
My deepest apologies, esteemed lady. I'm afraid that you
Like
can't
it.
proceed further.
Who's there?
Your visit, although not part of my calculations, is a pleasant surprise. It's a pity that the preparations are not yet in place to receive you with the hospitality that someone of your status deserves.
Are you not going to answer my question?
I have many identities, and I'm going to have even more in the future. But if you just need a form of address, you can use my common alias, Lycurgus. Lygus.
All right, Lygus. But you can't possibly think that I'm just asking for...
Regrettably, I do not have the authority to share more. However, standards are always flexible. While not violating the ultimate protocol, I'm able to disclose this piece of information. As you thought. Now, please, kindly turn back. Amphorius is not a world that you should be involved with, regardless of what kind of magnificent achievements you have accomplished. This place will not open its doors.
You seem to understand me very well. Then you should know that
Your reaction is completely within my calculations. Despite my long years as a watcher, it seems like my assessment of human nature still remains accurate. From you, I'm able to sense, but my answer remains unchanged. Madam, it is with the utmost goodwill that I suggest you return to where you came from.
let's assume for a second that I'm not so well-mannered, and that I insist on uncovering the secrets hidden behind you, Miss. How do you plan to dispel this notion of mine?
Within the scope of the ultimate protocol, there are 178,244 logic chains at my disposal to convince you. After filtering through them, I have determined that I only require 3 to attain the results.
Oh?
First, for reasons that cannot be disclosed, Amphorius is a completely isolated celestial body. Apart from me, no one else will be able to help you.
That's not a good argument.
Second, if your plan is, as you've alluded to previously, to force me into cooperating by showing hostility, do know that, just like you, I have basked in the gaze of the erudition. I stake my honor, and assure you that, in the worst-case scenario, our mutual destruction will be inevitable.
Oh? No wonder I couldn't find a back door. When I did a scan of our surroundings, the safety protocols on you are comparable to Screwy's. How interesting.
I assume that you still wish to hear the
Of course. Why wouldn't I?
third. Even if you exhaust all your means and find a way to break through, you will surely give up once you understand the consequences of your actions. After all, throughout your long life, as much as you'd hate to admit, your conscience has played.
What a brazen robot. You think that you can act, but since you put it that way, why don't you tell me what the—
It concerns the third path that is entangled with Amphorius. A path that you and your friends still very much lack understanding of. The destruction. So, if you ignore my warnings and persist in your ways, you will break the shackles of a Lord Ravager. And when that happens, their fury will engulf the
And would you look at that? And like that, I'm curious. Am I now at 3.4? For the sun is set to die. The fall at dawn's rise. I don't think I am. I think that was 4 point... I don't know, I'm not certain. No, I just finished 3.2. Okay. So I've done 3.0, 3.1, and just now I finished 3.2. Which means I have 3.3 left, and then after that 3.4, which is most recent and modern one. Well, I think that is a good place as any to stop for now, considering I just reached the end of one of the story quests. Tomorrow we will be continuing through the story. Hopefully, at minimum, I complete 3.3. And so that way, next week, I can move on to 3.4. Oh, is there anything else I'll grab before? All right, then. That is where I'm going to call it here. Thank you all for watching. It has been lovely as always. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.